Our story is set in the Maldives on a small island named Guli. Guli was once an island paradise, bringing in thousands of tourists every year. But with the climate crisis, overconsumption, and increasing amounts of trash, what was once a haven has become a hell for the residents there. The island has been used as a dumpster by the mainland and other surrounding countries that have nowhere else to put their trash. The residents of Guli struggle to reckon with the island's amount of trash. Guli's air quality and water quality make the island nearly uninhabitable, and fish don't come near the island anymore due to the high amounts of trash. The people on the island have split into 3 factions. One faction wants to leave the island and find a new place to live. However, there's no guarantee that they'll find somewhere better to live, since much of the world is shrouded in trash. Anyone other than the uber-wealthy struggle to build sustainable communities, and other islands have been evacuated due to rising water levels. Another faction wants to stay on the island and do nothing. This faction consists of elder folks who are too old to travel. They want to stay and live out their final years how they always have, without having to go through such big changes. The final faction wants to stay on the island, but only if they can create radical change. These changes include getting rid of the trash, creating better infrastructure, improving the air quality, and creating a community that can sustainably live on the island. Right now, it's hard for most of the residents to envision this sort of future at all, but a 19-year-old tech-savvy woman, Rania, spearheads this change. This is her story. Rania is digging through the mountain of trash on the coastline, looking for pieces of trash that don't break apart immediately. So far, she's collected a few pieces of scrap metal from crushed cars, a couple of old water bottles, and a hecton of plastic bags. She sees her father's boat dock on the island, where they cleared a small path through the trash so that people coming in and out of the island can make their way through. She watches as the fishers store their empty nets and glumly stride back to the island. "No fish today either, Baba?" Rania asks. He grimly shakes his head.
"And what are you doing? Playing with trash again?"
"I'm setting aside materials. I can use these to build bricks and make parts to fix the leaky roof in our house."
"How is any of this going to last? It's just plastic and scrap metal."
Rania's tried explaining to her dad before that she can make bricks from old plastic and mold it into different shapes, but he never wants to hear it. He says,
"Let me know when you're done wasting your time. Your mom could probably use some help at the clinic."
Rania's mother, Barney, one of the few doctors on the island, can barely manage all of the patients on her own. However, Rania can barely stomach open wounds and illnesses, and she believes her skills can be more useful elsewhere on the technological side of things. Rania continues to tinker with the trash, creating sludge and mixing until she successfully creates a brick out of the plastic. She shows her parents the brick and how sturdy it is. They still doubt her and don't see the purpose in what she's doing. Rania tries to take her inventions to others around the island. She wants to convince people that you really can build things from trash and that this is how they can help make the island livable again. She catches the attention of the science teacher of the local school, Miss Rahman. Miss Rahman shows Rania a couple of excerpts from a story about artificial reefs. "The water needs to be clean enough for the fish to come back and use these reefs," Miss Rahman explains. "If I can convince enough people to help clean up just the coastline with me, will it be enough?" Rania asks. Miss Rahman questions where she is going to put the trash, and Rania argues that the islanders can use it. Rania decides to separate the trash into glass, plastic, metal, wood, etc., and gives students creative solutions on how they can use the trash for their homes. Their parents get angry at Rania for wasting their kids' time and trying to convince their kids that they can fix the island. They argue, "There's so much trash for just a small amount of us to clean up. We've tried to clean it before, but there's nowhere to put it." Rania says that we can use it to build new things. We can create ramps, wheelchairs, clothes, furniture, baskets. There's so many supplies here, we just need to sort through them. Most of the islanders aren't convinced. They think it'll be easier to find a new place rather than spending months sorting through the trash here. But Rania isn't swayed. She works to build and install artificial reefs with others. Eventually, after enough cleanup, fish begin inhabiting the artificial reefs that they created. For the first time in months, there's enough seafood to feed everyone on the island. It's been 5 years since Rania assembled a team of islanders to begin the project of recycling Gulhi's trash. The team has grown significantly, and they now have a system of sorting and recycling the trash. They work like a well-oiled machine. They sort the trash into categories of what can be used for artificial reef structures, what can be made into eco-bricks, what can be reused as they are if cleaned, and what can be made into clothes and other wearables. Over the next few years, Rania's project captures the attention of ocean cleanup nonprofits and climate scientists, some of whom moved to the island to help her in her project. The media attention leads to pushback against the government using this island as a dumpster, leading to eventual ceasing of trash transport to this island. Many around the world are inspired to reuse their items more and find better uses for the things that they want to discard. More organizations are manufacturing bricks from recycled materials. Through community action and solutions based around the environment they lived in, Rania and her allies were able to rehabilitate their island and keep the population of Gulhi from dying out or leaving.